We're coming to you from the Irene Dairy Farm. Thank you for staying with Morning Live and welcome to the Art Bulletin. On Tuesday evening, author and critic Brent Meersman will engage with respected and award-winning playwright Mike van Graan on what it means to be a playwright in South Africa in the 21st century. The conversation will take place at Jipka's Great Text at the University of Cape Town. It starts at 5:30 and entrance is free.
Tuesday evening's event is happening at UCT, so it's a bit of an academic context. I'm going to be in conversation with Brent Meersman, and then the head of the drama department is going to be facilitating questions with the audience afterwards, mainly kind of students and academics kind of interested in drama and what they call great texts. Well, I suppose it's a bit of a concentration on the kind of work that I do, and the kind of work that I do is about using theatre to really make social commentary and to speak to some of the major challenges of contemporary South Africa. So I suppose what I would like people to come away with is a sense of how theatre can speak to some of the kind of key challenges that our country is facing at the moment.
Staying in the Western Cape, the annual Jazz in the Park will take place in Wynberg this morning. The event focuses on raising funds for the physically challenged. Cape Town-based musicians who include Melanie Scott will entertain the crowd.
The 6th-year running jazz concert was born out of a need to assist the Western Cape Rehabilitation, Health and Wellness Centre. The event, initially hosted at the Lovenhof, has now found a home at the Maynardville Open Air Theatre, with hundreds of people attending yearly. Amanda Tiffin and Melanie Scott of the Standard Bank Young Artist winner will be among the artists gracing the Jazz in the Park concert this year.
Are you a music student at junior level? Would you like to compete on a national level? The Samro Hubert van der Spey National Music Competition is open for entries. Get moving because the closing date is the 19th of April.
This year, this is a very special year because the competition is now celebrating its 25th anniversary. So it would be fantastic to get a lot of entries from young students who are it can be different categories, and the limit of the age group should be 13 years and younger.
ASITEJ South Africa is basking in glory after being honored for their work of promoting theatre among young people. The international organization scooped the prestigious Executive Directors Award at this year's Naledi Theatre Awards.
ASITEJ is a non-profit organization internationally based with offices in South Africa. Its main core in the country is development of theatre for children and young people. Yvette Hardy, international president of ASITEJ, received the Executive Directors Award at this year's Naledi Theatre Awards in Johannesburg. She called on all artists to commit to being part of a joint venture to give all South African children, and mostly those from vulnerable backgrounds, access to the best that art has to offer. ASITEJ is responsible for projects like Theatre for Youth and Take a Child to Theatre Today, just to mention a few.
One of the films to come out of last year's Durban Film Mart will have its world premiere at this year's Hot Dogs, which is a Canadian international documentary film festival. Devil's Liar will be one of over 200 works to be showcased at the festival, which takes place at the end of this month.
Well, clearly it's quite exciting. I mean, Hot Dogs is one of North America's top documentary film festivals. To be part of the festival means that your film is brought to the attention of commission editors and broadcasters from around the world. So it really raises the profile of the film and makes sure that it has a good start to its festival life. And a good start to your festival life also increases the chances of the film being sold to broadcasters.
The film explores some very dark themes of being human. For me, at the heart of the film is just the fallen nature of man. If you give a man a chance to commit a murder and he'll get away with it, he will do it. Give a man a chance to take money and he will get away with it, he will do it. And that's what this film is about. It's about one man who's made some very bad choices in his life.
In his latest exhibition, Yanis Generalis uses flying as a metaphor to tackle issues. Learning to fly addresses that thrilling danger known as taking off.
The idea started maybe 18 months ago, almost 2 years ago, and I've been fascinated with mythologies around the world regarding flight. Countries, for example, politically that have flight, that have the capacity of flight, seem to be seen as superior on the planet than countries that don't. So it was those kind of elements that started becoming very fascinating and resonating for me, and I wanted to explore them further.
An exhibition of contemporary South African sculptures titled After the Rainbow is currently on at the Narok Sculpture Park at Maruping. It opened yesterday and runs until September this year.
it really is a blockbuster. I mean, we have such a selection of fantastic, really South Africa's top sculptors. If one looks at who we've really got from the historical Edouard de Villa through to what I'd call old master, so Gavin Young, Guy du Toit, Debbie Bell, through to people that you really want to have in your collection, like Marco Cianfanelli, Angus Taylor, and really a host of young artists who we're also trying to expose for the first time, allowing them the privilege of showing alongside South Africa's greats.
The Swiss Arts Council is calling for applications for arts funding. These are in the disciplines of dance, theatre, music and visual arts that provide increased public exposure of high-quality contemporary works.
If there's a Mozambican musician who's been invited to play at a festival in South Africa, that's the cross-border mobility. Or it could also be a Mozambican based in Maputo invited to play at National Arts Festival, for example, which means that the call is directed to those artists who want to participate in these type of events. So they may be hosted by a festival, they may be hosted by, if they're visual artists, by an art gallery, so an exhibition of kinds. To a lesser extent, we have also looked at facilitating art practitioners possibly to attend art conference.
From the Irene Dairy Farm, that's how we come to the end of today's Art Bulletin. You can check them out at www.irenefarm.co.za. We are at Morning Live at sabc.co.za by email. You can also like our Facebook page. The address is The Art Bulletin, and in brackets, Morning Live. Follow us on Twitter. Our handle is @The Art Bulletin. We're back again next weekend, and until then, it's a goodbye from us.